ready to talk hockey. Streaming from the Oilers Live Studio. Subscribe or follow today.
Hey, Dash here again for Oilers Live special Wednesday edition. After hijacking the Oilers Live studio and stealing the passwords from He-Bear last night, really, who's going to stop me from hosting as many goddamn shows as I want to? That said, I found a couple of the boys and some leaders at Heavy Hockey to maybe watch a draft with me here and perhaps, just have a players-only meeting without the boss around. So, you guys feel free to say whatever you want because he'll never watch this. Darce,
sounds like a good
how you doing,
time.
guys?
Good. Are you, Mike?
Good. Mike, how are you?
I'm shocked that Connor Bedard got selected first overall just now by the Chicago Blackhawks. That's breaking news.
Off the board. Oh my goodness.
He looks little, eh?
He's pretty slight. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, he's not a big kid.
Greatness follows greatness follows greatness, and I think it will continue to be that way.
Taylor Hall will protect him, right?
Yeah. What has Halsey got? Like 4 career fights?
Does he have one even?
I think he's been in a few.
I just remember him fighting that guy from Columbus and then tearing his knee up.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember Cassian went at him one game in when it was his first game back to Rogers after being traded to New Jersey. Cassian punched him in the face after a face-off.
Who's the guy Bedard just shook hands with that looks like Sam Gagne's doppelganger?
Oh, no idea.
The guy on the left there. By right in front of Bettman, or behind Bettman. It's Sam Gagne.
No idea.
New member of the Blackhawks front office.
I have to apologize for my dogs drinking water so loud in the background here if that's showing up.
Speaking of things we're apologizing for, I'm switching devices here, so I'm going to be, I may come in and out for a second.
No problemo.
Could be a little bit of an innuendo there. Switching devices. Oh. There he is.
Yeah, seamless, just like that.
Boom, can you hear me okay?
We got you.
Okay, sweet.
Renegade Man 83, Bedard and Mitch Goff are like 5'10", 5'9" and 3/4. It comes across the screen. Those are quite literally my exact stats when I was going into my junior drafting. I was 5'9" and 3/4 and 180.
Every quarter inch counts.
I wanted to say 5'10". They wouldn't let me. What are you guys' thoughts on Taylor Hall going there? I don't know if you caught the show last night. I know Dursa caught some of it, but talking with Sean Patrick Ryan, I was saying that I'm not sure Taylor Hall will be there that long. Like I get, that he's going to be the mentor, and I've been a first overall pick before, and seen see McDavid be a first pick, see Hughes be a first pick, coach a little bit of Bedard being a first pick. But then maybe get moved out at the trade deadline. I can imagine you probably move a pretty decent package for Taylor Hall if they can retain half the salary. $3 million for Hall at the trade deadline probably gets you a first.
Oh, for sure. I think Chicago would be really smart to do that. Taylor Hall has made it no secret that he wants to win after not being in the playoffs for the first 80% of his career. So I feel like he's not going to want to stay in Chicago very long. How many years does he have left on his deal?
2.
This plus 2 years left? Yeah, I don't think he stays in Chicago for both those years.
Potentially why you could get a first-round pick on a retention, too. You get a guy for 2 years at $3 million. Should we switch over to Bedard here? You guys want to hear what he has to say?
Yeah, sure, let's hear it.
Their sports, really, they've had a lot of, iconic moments with the Bulls, and Blackhawks, Bears, and Cubs, everything, White Sox. So, that's
kind of mostly what I know. Hopefully I can get to know it a little better soon.
You'll be getting there pretty soon. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
David?
Well, that smile says it all. Such a humble young man. Jeff Merrick, what do you want to add?
There's a few things. I had a chance to talk to Ron Robinson over the weekend. He's the commissioner of the Western Hockey League about Connor Bedard, and he said, look, we've never seen anything like this in the Western League, and Bedard goes into this pantheon of great Western Hockey League players like Brian Trottier and Joe Sakic and Bobby Clark and Carey Price. And I'll tell you what, David, as junior hockey leagues try to get their attendance back to pre-COVID levels, by the end of this season, the Western Hockey League was within 5%.
I thought that was Batman's voice for a second. I was like, we have a trade to announce.
That's mainly because of the Connor Bedard effect. When the Regina Pats went on the road, Alberta, when they went to Saskatchewan, and specifically when they went to...
Who do you guys think's going second?
Saddle. Sorry.
Right,
I got
now that I know your dog's opinion, who do you guys think's going second?
Yeah, I've got Fantilli going second. I think he's been the consensus number 2 for the entire time.
Yeah, there's still some upside picks there, I think. Depends which way they want to go with it. But I can't imagine. I mean, Verbeek's out there saying he wants a center. What more to take than a big, aggressive, gritty center?
No,
size and
Fantilli,
speed and skill.
yeah, tons of size, tons of skill, great skater. The only thing holding him back potentially is a disappointing World Juniors. So, like, who knows how the scouts will view that? But I feel like he's still going to go number 2.
Yeah, I agree. We get Durst's opinion, but he's on mute because his dog is more vocal than he is. Ooh, look, they got a drone in there?
That'd be cool.
They must, hey? That's hilarious. Or it's an air balloon that's about to drop a bunch of pizza coupons.
Yeah, this isn't Roger's place. They're not dropping pizza from the ceilings. At least I don't think they are. It'd be cool if they were, though.
Can I unmute you, Dursa? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I was going to say, how can you respond?
All right. Production at its finest right here.
I got the silent treatment. I had some great material there, but
Hey, your dog's contribution was the best I've ever heard out of you in a podcast. And that.
Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping to hear what who the dog would have at number 2.
Frank's picked.
Frank's picks. Yeah.
It's not actually his dog. It's Chad Graham from 97 Octane yelling about the goalie coach. Schwartz. Yep. Ruff, ruff.
Yeah.
The pick is in. I'll go to.
March it up to the stage.
Is Verbeek bold enough to take Michkov? Or is Anaheim taking one Russian in the history of their franchise?
We would like to welcome all our fans watching at our draft party at Brewery X.
He looks like Yzerman.
With our first selection, we are proud to select from Orebro, SHL, Leo Carlson.
Wow.
Ooh. Okay.
A different center. A different center.
Sam, you just mentioned a lot of talent.
Should have went with my gut in that little mock draft pool we were doing.
I've seen him going to number 2 in a few mock drafts. I just don't know how you pass up on Fantilli.
What strikes me, you look at that suit, it's black, it's a thinning suit, but make no mistake, this he's thin, and he's got all kinds
of Carlson's pretty spectacular as well.
Go back to his year in the SHL.
Swedish Junior Hockey League Player of the Year.
Had 9 more points in the playoffs. All right, that's really good.
Carlson's a big kid too. He's like 6'3".
But then he goes to the men's world. What's he going to be? Plays back on the wing. It's a national team that's really good. No, I don't think so. This guy's going to center the top line for Sweden and did so very successfully at the men's world. At every point he's been challenged, whether it's a position change, moving from the wing.
Now for the fashion update, is he wearing low-cut Jordan 1?
He has answered the call, and with that great projection and room to grow, you have to love what you're getting
Those mids are low cuts. Those
I love the
mids.
character.
Those are black and white German
the
ones.
drive. We interviewed him at the combine.
Nice
Just
work,
another humble. Like you're gonna hear that a lot with this draft class. There's a lot of humble individuals. I'm just gonna get right to the scouts.
I noticed a lot of guys wearing Iron Runners at the awards on Monday.
Absorbs contact.
Yeah, it's the
People
style
around
for
him
sure.
always got to be active because they're always going to be in the play. This is a guy that extends it from the hash marks down. You score goals when you can build your team through the middle with guys like Leo Carlson.
Chuck, what are those debates like? Because a lot of us expected maybe Adam Fantilli here. I'm sure there were some members of this Duck brass that said, let's go with Fantilli. How did those debates work out?
It'd be a tough debate. You'd probably have guys on both sides. I mean, people appreciate
Well.
his speed, his aggressiveness.
Now, where's Fantilli going now?
This kid has great hockey sense and great vision. But either way, you're getting a big centerman that you can build.
What a terrible hat.
You look at the group of
I have a hunch that Columbus has their guy. And Nick Fantilli.
The big kid, eh?
When you look at a guy
Oh, yeah.
like Fantilli compared to Carlson, when it comes to the projection piece, might that be the deciding factor when you get two really good players like that?
It could be.
Hey, look.
Again, Carlson's going to get bigger and stronger, and as he does, he'll get faster.
3 Pat
He
Verbeeks.
is a very intelligent player. He's going to have a very high-end two-way game.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at some of his highlights from this season. You're going to see him jump to space here, guys. We talk about speed, and he's a little bit cerebral. You don't think he's moving as fast as he is.
I want to know why Kirk
He's
gave us the
really
3
long.
laughing faces.
So when he gets to the half wall, that's what I'm talking about. Absorbing contact, extending the play to the middle of the ice for a tuck. This one here, this is a la Austin Matthews. Cycle up high. Kind of get lost in getting coverage there by Team USA. One-timer from the top. Again, coming off the half wall, gets to the outside. His vision is spatial awareness, rink-wide vision. It's real important.
And this is what he's going to look like in an Anaheim Duck uniform. Pretty amazing.
Do you think
stuff.
Columbus is going D then, or what do you think, Ryan?
More on him. Here's Kyle Bukowski.
So one of my other friends was telling me that they read something or heard something that they really like Will Smith here.
Will Smith is who the Athletic have Columbus taking at 3. They said, I think that the Blue Jackets like all of Fantilli, Smith, and Leo Carlson, and they will strongly consider Fantilli here if the Ducks don't take him. But if it comes down to Smith and Carlson, I still like them to take Smith and bet on his unique skill level on the puck as their potential game-breaking center of the future.
Okay.
Well, San Jose's got to be pretty thrilled if Fantilli drops to 4.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, they'll sprint to the podium to take whoever Columbus doesn't take. Absolutely.
And then if that's the case, if Michkov's still available at 5, I would watch for Washington to trade up.
Interesting. They do like their options. But
Montreal, well, you could stick him with Ovechkin, obviously, to mentor him. Montreal has been rumored to want to move down, and Washington's been rumored to want Michkov. Unless Michkov gets all the way to 8. He might.
I don't think he's going to get to 8.
Who takes him then?
I think Arizona, if he's still available for Arizona. Their ownership group is about trying to sell tickets. Look at what they did the last couple of years of like Logan Cooley and Morgan, the geeky brother there. It's like they're looking for high-end skill guys that can put the puck in the net and, more importantly, sell tickets. That's going to be Michkov, and they've got the time to wait for Michkov. They're not going to be doing it anytime soon.
Washington wouldn't have to pay a lot, I don't think, for moving up 2 spots.
No, potentially not.
Really be a dominant player at both ends of the ice. We liked him, especially seeing him at the World Championships play center, and so it kind of became a tipping point for us.
Do we pencil him in for
World
next
Juniors
season?
became a tipping point for the league.
Do they say they're penciling him in for next year?
With him,
He can contribute.
we'll have to see.
I don't think Verbeek's, I think he puts his helmet on about an hour before he goes to everything. It looks the exact same.
I
thought you were going to say he still had the imprint from the foam on his head or something.
Bucket.
Kekalainen stepping up.
I'm predicting Will Smith here. We'll see.
You like Smith? All right. I don't know if they let Fantilli pass. Dursa, who you got?
Here we go.
Thanks for laughing at my jokes, Kirk. I really love you. JD.
Thank you, Nashville. We appreciate the great time you've shown us all. Congratulations, Vegas. To a
Davidson
hockey
looks so
lifer and a
serious,
good
eh?
friend, David Boyle, again, congratulations. Good man.
RBF.
Our fans back in Columbus, they're called the Fifth Line.
Just
They
stay
have
that way,
games
Durst. That's
in
the best
Easton.
you've ever looked.
Have a party, gang. We appreciate y'all. To make our pick, I'd like to invite our general manager, Jarmo Kekalainen.
I think they'll take Adam Fantilli.
Yeah, me too.
Columbus Blue Jackets are proud to select from University
You're
of
already
Michigan.
ahead? What the hell?
Adam
I'm just
Fantilli.
slightly ahead of you, yeah.
Grand Prairie Lightning speed internet though. Purple suit. I wore a purple suit to my grad.
You may have noticed a louder than regular cheer. He has 115 friends and family.
Wow.
And,
115 friends and family. He
Good
rented
thing
a
your draft
hotel.
isn't in Mullet Arena.
He just took a section at Mullet Arena. I love seeing parents cry. He just rents out an entire hotel and 3 tour buses.
Fantilli will get the chance to be reunited with Luca Del Belbaluz, who was selected a couple of years ago in the draft. Those two grew up playing minor hockey together. That should be a lot of fun. When you look at the prospects for Columbus moving forward, let's talk about Juracek and Spocio on defense.
Family reunion at the Grand Ole Opry.
Juracek should be there as early as next year. How about the forward group? Kent Johnson. Oh yeah, the roller hockey star.
Next team might have their pick in by the time he gets to the stage.
Marchenko, Shinikov, Sillinger, and now you add this guy.
Who's the kid from Saved by the Bell?
The
nerdy kid. Screech. Fantilli stops to hug Screech in the crowd.
Fantilli was just waiting there after Carlson was taken.
This is going to be interesting for me, guys. Columbus is in win now mode with some of the moves they made here in recent weeks, right? Then this kid
Fantilli taking it in. Just looks around, eh?
The back of his vest, I think he got everybody that he brought to sign
bonus
it.
you get out of him, play the middle, play
Oh,
the
look
wing,
at that.
You can play up and down your lineup, which really helps.
Fancy.
And Chuck, what you heard what Jason just said about the win now mentality.
Took
You
his
have to always
jacket off
factor
on
that in
purpose,
when you're a
obviously.
champ. What is the timeline you're working
Man, those, I think those are people's
No,
names.
absolutely. But I know Yarmo
Very
in this
interesting.
case, he's been seeking a center like
That's
this
very
for
cool
a
if
few
it
years.
is.
ever
Kind of
since
like your
the
grad
ball
shirt
left.
where everybody signs it, right? I think he
So
he did the
Or
same
like
thing
all
with
the
that.
people that helped get him there, like all his billets and coaches and parents and grandparents, maybe, or something.
That's super. Yeah, that's, if he's doing that, that's cool.
He's like, God damn it, I could have bought a frickin' place on the beach at Anaheim and lived there for the next decade. Now I'm going to Columbus
Fantilli is one of those guys who impressed me so much with his ability to adapt. And
to
JB,
play for
you touched on it. You come
Babcock.
from the University of
Ralph.
Michigan. You're playing center ice. You're the leading scorer. Now you have to go play.
How's Gaudreau going to take that? That's a good topic of discussion.
Jeez, eh?
Play the wing. He has to play a little bit lower in the lineup.
Introduction to your new centerman, Johnny
He
Gaudreau.
didn't complain. He wasn't looking around. He wasn't making excuses. He went out and played the role he was asked to play, played it extremely well, and by the end of it, he started to see some power play minutes again, a really successful World Juniors for him.
Yeah, I mean, it takes more than just will and skill. It takes character to win in the NHL at the hardest time of year. And here, you're looking at some of his highlights, coming in late off the rush here. He's a play driver, but he sees the ice extremely well. I mean, he's not just going to be on the puck, he's going to be off the puck active as well. Here on the penalty kill or pressure them off ice, this is where he separates from a lot of people, right? That separation, it's a track meet. The league is a track meet nowadays, and he's going to fit right in, no problem at NHL pace. Hey, listen, the detail will come in time, Chuck, as he matures as a player. But look at this.
I think he likes to pick.
Very important. What an awesome moment for the family and the dad. I'd be doing the same thing for sure.
We ran into the family last night, and they were very emotional last night, and the mother actually said, Julio said, it takes a whole community to get someone to this spot. A lot of sacrifices there. Here's how he's going to look in the video game form of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Let's send it down to the floor in Carolyn Cameron.
Thanks very much. Well, Adam, we saw your parents tearing up there. You have over 100 friends and family on the back of your vest. You have all your loved ones listed. Who are you thinking of right now?
65 points in NCAA is pretty good numbers, eh?
Oh, frickin' phenomenal. As a pure freshman? Absolutely. 30 goals as a pure freshman? That's nuts.
To be here with my brother and my parents there, they've been with me.
They just said that it is his family's name.
Would a little kid growing up in Nobleton, Ontario ever think that this would happen?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Like, I wonder how many games Michigan plays. Like, it's not that many.
What do they play, like 30?
something like that.
I'm not
It's
sure
not many.
yet. We
Oh.
got to talk with the team, and then we got to talk with the people around me and see what the best bet would be. But Columbus is a great spot. I went there this year to check it out against Ohio State and everything like that. It's a great spot, so I'm super excited.
Well, congratulations and have fun tonight.
Thank you so much.
Kyle?
Yeah, Carol and David mentioned the massive guest list, over 100 people in the house for Adam Fantilli tonight, and he was talking about how much they all mean to him. He comes from a big Italian family. He also extended the invite to all of...
Oh boy, guys are in trouble here. Remember how this was supposed to be a players-only meeting?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, thing about me stealing the boss's passwords is the boss still has his passwords. Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Look at that guy.
You weren't listening to any of that, were you? Hey, what's up, bud? I heard him.
They play 41 games at the University of Michigan, I guess.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, 65
there,
points
boss?
in 41 games. Wow.
Yeah. It's not bad. Is his mic on?
I don't know. It's just looking pretty.
I couldn't hear you guys. Now
There
I
he
can
is.
hear you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you didn't hear any of that, what we were just saying? Perfect.
No, I'm probably happy I didn't hear it either.
No, honestly, I mean, Lotzie and I for sure were just saying how awesome you were and how much we miss you. And Dursa was trying to tell us how, you know what, I won't repeat it, but he was shit talking you a lot.
no big surprise.
For me, I'm doing one my first year.
Mikey Greer to the stand.
Vegas, Golden Knights on the cup win.
No.
McPhee and Kelly McCrimmon.
Gets a boo. Congratulates
Thank you to
Vegas.
our fans watching around the world and at the SAP Center tonight.
Grizzly looks a little nervous.
To make our pick is Sharks legend, the NHL all-time games played leader, Patrick Marleau.
Patrick Marleau. Just got hired in player development.
Yeah.
With the first selection overall, the San Jose Sharks are proud to select Will Smith from the USA Development.
Will Smith.
Here come the man in black.
The Fresh Prince.
West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where he spent most of his days chilling, all maxing, relaxing, and cooling, shooting pucks outside of his school.
We hope they didn't invite Chris Rock to this thing tonight.
How did I miss that joke? Well done.
So he's Will Smith is from the National Team Development Program, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we at? I actually missed the first part of the draft.
This was the fourth pick.
Taylor Hall went first. Sagan went second.
Yeah. So I think Will Smith was rated a little bit later on in the draft, was he not?
He's a mid top 10. I think he was considered one of the top three centers, and potentially the third of the three centers, which is exactly how it played out. Fantilli fell to Columbus, Michael, and Anaheim took Carlson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wondered if Fantilli would drop or not. That doesn't surprise me.
Canadians are on the clock next.
So they've been rumored to move this pick.
I have a friend who's a Habs fan in another group chat. He's just saying he has got a bad feeling about this.
Man, this is so divisive in Montreal. I was reading some different chats out there, and there's some people that like this should be his job if he doesn't draft Michkov. And then there's others that are obviously like, if you draft a Russian with our first pick, you should be fired. So half the fan base will want him fired no matter what.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well,
what do you guys think they're going to do?
I don't know. What did you saw? Jay Fresh, right, had Michkov at what 15th or something on their list. You know, obviously Yeah, he could fall.
No,
based on being
he doesn't
rushed
get
in.
past 8.
But if you're not trading the pick away, you've as the Canadians, I think you got to take him. And they might, out of that, top 10 draft order, that might be the one place he'd play, right?
Mm-hmm. Or Arizona, he'd play. Dursa turned down a 10-game PTO.
Why do we have this? There we go.
Oh, you just taking over, are you?
I'm taking over.
Just wanted to see
time for a real host to come in here and do that.
I don't think Montreal's going to go Michkov. I think they're going to go defense here.
Defense.
Well, the best defenseman still available. They'd be.
So, I mean, we've never talked about this before. Do you guys, who among you believe what you need, and who among you believe you draft what's best available?
In the first round, you draft best available. In the subsequent rounds, you draft for need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's situation dependent. I think most teams will tell you, draft the best player available. Like, if you got a whole bunch of centers available to you at the top part of this draft, and you're Montreal, who's got Nick Suzuki and Kirby Dach, and they just traded for Alex Newhook, you got 3 young centers in your lineup. Are you going to go and draft another one right now when you really like Nick Suzuki as your top line center? I don't know. They have an organizational need at right defense, and there's a real good one.
Is that Bettman standing there?
Oh,
no, it's a PR guy or something.
Is it?
I just saw.
You guys are going to have to talk me through this. I mean, I'm in the middle.
They got
of New York right
drone
now,
hovering over Montreal's table.
Right on. Do they really have drones in there right now?
Yeah.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. Makes sense.
Easy way to do
calm, cool, and collected. I wouldn't say.
Any of you guys actually been to a draft before?
No.
I could have been at this one.
What happens next? All right, we wait to see that. We'll know that in a matter of moments. But first, back to the floor and Carolyn Campbell.
Bill, you told us earlier this month that you thought it'd be like a weight lifted off your shoulders when you heard your name. How did it feel?
It felt unbelievable. I mean, it's surreal, and get to do with my family. Is
that Smith right there?
We saw you embrace your U.S. teammates, including your line mates and Gabe Perreault and Ryan Leonard. What does it mean to share
So 2
this
Canadians so far, a Sweden and American.
Year without them, they're 2 of the best players in this draft. And,
Carey Price coming up to the stage. Only been 4 picks, so 1, 1, and 2.
A nice touch with the Fresh Prince music too for the walk-up song. Will, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, nice. He played Fresh Prince for walking up to the stage.
All right, the Montreal Canadiens are entering the stage to make their selection. Of course, last year.
Okay, Montreal's up.
At home in Montreal.
It's not being traded.
First overall, the first
Who do you think it is then, boys?
First overall this year.
I got Ryan Backer.
Think so?
Sportsnet dressing the upper. What's his name? Who's the guy? That
David Amber?
Yeah. That's right. Thanks. David
I think
Amber.
if they're taking this, it's got to be Michkov or Reinbacher. I think it's.
I mean, are we expecting David Amber to announce the who they're drafting before we go to commercial? Montreal.
No, that was
lead drafting.
That was Kevin Weeks.
Well, is that Kevin Weeks? I thought it was Amber.
No, it's Kevin Weeks.
5th overall in 2005, Carey Price.
Carey Price coming up to make the pick. Big ovation.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
The Canadiens de Montreal are proud to select David
Reidenbach. Oh no!
David. Oh, did they change it? Oh,
he forgot his name.
We planned it that way. David Reinbacher.
Called it.
Oh wow! Who else forgot a name one time? Bobby Clark.
Yeah, Claude Giroux.
Forgot Claude Giroux's name. Well, this will be in the top 10. with that
Well,
one.
the best was when they had the Seahawks announcing the Kraken, introducing the Kraken.
And then they couldn't remember their names?
Couldn't pronounce or remember any of their names.
David, I just want to say congratulations.
Well, Price butchered that about as bad as it could be butchered.
Yeah.
My Habs fan friend immediately says, "I'm out. Good night, guys."
Oh, yeah.
I think it sounds like he wanted Mitchkov.
I think I've got, how many do I have right in my predictions with Jeff?
Now the big question is, do the Coyotes trade their draft pick for a new arena?
Yeah.
I mean, if it was possible.
I'm 2 out of 5 so far with Jeff's draft. How are you, Ryan?
I mean, yeah, not so great. I got Bedard, obviously.
One?
I had Fantilli at 2, and
Me too.
yeah, so I missed that one.
You had Smith at 3, obviously.
I had Smith at 3, and then Carlson 4. So like I missed those next 3 picks, and then I got the Reinbacher pick here.
Me too. So we're tied.
Okay. I got Mitchkov going to Arizona. We'll see what happens here.
I had Will Smith going to Arizona. So
Uh-oh. So then what was your top 4 then? You had Bedard and then Fantilli.
I had Bedard, Fantilli, Carlson. I thought Mitchkov might go 4.
Oh, okay.
I thought Drew would make a little bit of a splash.
Gotcha.
I just think you don't make that splash unless you know he's going to play where you're at.
Well, you'd think he'd come to Washington to play with Ovi.
Yeah, that's a good.
Doesn't he already have a contract signed for the next 3 years in the KHL?
A couple of years. Is it 3? I thought it was at least a couple.
At least a couple. So like he's under contract in the KHL for the next 2 at least.
I mean, there shouldn't be more than 1 or 2 at most first round picks that I'd play in the NHL the next year anyway. So who cares if he goes to the KHL to develop or goes back to the dub or back to junior or back to college, right? Like, fine, go back to the KHL, the second best league in the world. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the thing about the first round is, it's only ever 1 or 2 guys that don't end up outside of the first round unexpectedly, Like when you get into like 2nd through 4th, there's always some interesting picks, I find. But that would be one hell of a boring draft show.
Yeah.
Let's sit here and talk about picks. Yeah, let's talk about the next 120 guys that will likely never play a game in the NHL. Yeah. But there's one gem, always a gem, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona playing their highlight package.
Blue Bullet Brad on Twitter has a great system where he's done all of the work. I think his name's Brad. I've had him on Oilers Live. He's done put a good system together. Images of players are going to play. Blue Bullet Brad, that's what it is.
Yeah. Blue Bullet 1981 is his handle.
Yeah, at Blue Bullet 1981. He does a really excellent rating, and then what the value of every pick is. You get a chance to check him out.
I'm wondering
20 years after Thomas Vanek was the highest drafted born Austrian ever, Reinbach becomes the 2nd player ever taken at number 5.
I'm wondering if Blue Bullet 1981 is a tribute to the water slide in West Edmonton Mall.
And West Edmonton Mall could very well be.
You'd have to think so, yeah. It's probably when it rested in peace. Right around there.
It was a fun slide, not gonna lie. I enjoyed that one.
Well, everybody loved the Blue Bullet.
Sky Screamer 2023.
The Wild Rapids outside of the city?
Oh, Thomas Vanek coming in for some words.
A fellow Austrian being selected that high. Good job. All the best.
Good job.
What do you think of that?
Clearly at a golf course.
I can't.
He looks like he just woke up from an all-nighter of playing video games.
Wearing the shades.
Shades of Line.
No, I meant the kid, not Vanek.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying Line, right? Wasn't that his?
The hair everywhere. No, I was talking to Lotzi because Vanek had sunglasses on, so he thought I meant Vanek. Nice matching suits in Colorado there. I like how they're all wearing the crimson.
So
crimson
what's
purple.
everybody got for 6? Arizona's up next.
Ryan's in for Mitchkoff. I might have to agree. If not Mitchkoff, I'd say maybe they take
What are Arizona's needs at the draft?
everything. Dvorsky, maybe?
And they can take everything.
Here he goes.
Vegas Knights on winning the Stanley Cup. Wait, Austin. Us this week. And to all of our fans in Arizona at Wasted Grain in Scottsdale, go Yotes. And to make our selection, I'd like to
All five of you, go Yotes.
Yeah, in that little pub that are watching the draft
Coyotes are
program
proud to
right now.
select from Lokomotiv Yaroslavl Dmitry Simachev.
Simachev.
Whoa. Whoa. There you go.
Damn.
Wow.
It's still top 10 though.
No.
The ranking list I saw was like mid-teens.
Yeah,
I saw him top 10 on a few.
Craig Button had him at 24.
The first 2005 born player
Wow.
in the KHL, and for good reason.
It's a defense, hey? That's the thing. Like when Reisbacher, Palika, Willander, and Simachev were pretty much the top 4. So if you're, to Hebert's point, if you're drafting by best player, drafting by need, I'd say this tells you they probably drafted by need.
Yeah, this feels like they did draft by need. This is like Mo Seider a few years ago. Detroit, like he was thinking mid-teens for Seider, and then they took him 56.
Oh, and the worst part of that is that frickin' Holland then got forced into taking Broberg.
Now the thing with the Yotes though is that they can approach this draft completely differently than everybody else, right? Like if they've got a couple of guys that they think in the later rounds are going to be available to them, which just about everybody will be, they can approach it a little bit differently. They can, if there's maybe they think they got a steal in a second or third round. How many picks do they have in the second round?
They have another pick at number 12 too.
Oh, and another pick at number 12. Yeah,
that's another reason why I thought they'd go Mitchkov. They could take a risk knowing they have a pick at 12.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
But instead I'm gonna make the guy they could have easily got. I had this kid going to Detroit, but there's a chance that he may have slid down to 12 as well.
I'm gonna skip out for a few minutes, Dash. I gotta cook some supper here, and then I'll come back in if that works.
Shit's about to get a whole lot smarter.
Yes, there you go. we got to make the big man like bigger. So I'll see you guys in a bit.
Right.
There we go. All right, Dursa out. Average IQ up, probably about 50.
There you go. All right, so they've got 2023. There we go. They got one at 12. They got one in the second round, 3, 4 in the third round. I just think they approach this completely different, right? If you feel like as a GM that you're, and you're Arizona and you feel like defense is a must and you've seen this kid play and you've been watching him, that's why you go there. I mean, this is for them, it's a completely different draft than anything we've ever seen before. Like it's almost like an expansion draft, except you're you're taking kids, right? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, part of me wonders if they try to get aggressive and package some of those late round picks and try to move up.
Oh, why not?
Wouldn't.
I mean, you've got, what did I just say? How many do they have in the third round? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the third round. You know, I mean, they could easily go for another second round pick, right? Like 2/3 for a second. Why not?
Yeah, they could.
I mean, sure, you don't have the same likelihood that those players will play, but
Well, you look at a team like the Oilers, who will only have the 1 second round pick until like round 5. They might look to take that second and turn it into 2/3 or something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, why not?
NHL.com has comparables for Leo Carlson. They have Alexander Barkov. For Fantilli, they have Nathan McKinnon. For William Smith, they've got Willie Smith. They've got Trevor Zegras.
Well, Smith must have pretty good hands then. I don't know. Not many that.
Patrick. Yeah, you'd have to think so. For Bedard, they've got
Mackenzie
Patrick
had
Kane.
Simashev at 19. Button had him at
24.
20. I must have an old Button list here then.
Oh.
He's got from this list, not even in the top. Well, he's got to be in there with Button. No, I'm not seeing him. Weird. According to the list I'm looking at, Button didn't even have him in the top.
Philly's in. Let's have a listen.
It's considered a very deep draft. Jason or Chuck, anything quickly before we get to the podium?
I think the pick is probably in here, so I'll have something to say after this.
Tanya Briere is like huge. Doesn't change a bit.
Hey, we got nothing but we got 5 hours in this show. We got plenty of time. But Daniel Briere is on the podium, or about to take the podium, as the Philadelphia Flyers.
What do you think, guys?
The pick here, 26th in the NHL.
I have Ryan Leonard for
Philadelphia
Philly.
Flyers would like
Me
to
too.
thank the city of Nashville for their
Exactly who I had
outstanding
here.
hospitality.
And his comp is
We've had
Matthew
a very
Tkachuk.
good time. It's going to get more fun. I would like to thank David Poyle. He was
Well, you
my
got to
general
think
manager
just because of the U.S.
drafted me in
right?
1988 in
Leonard.
the 7th round. He got a lot better after that pick. Danny?
Poyle drafted me, Keith Jones says. He got a lot better at his job after that pick.
The seventh selection of the draft. The Flyers are proud to select from St. Petersburg in the KHL, Matvei Michkov.
Michkov to
There
Philly.
you go.
I was just, as I saw Briere standing there and Philly going up there and looking at what they're doing, blowing it up and rebuilding, I was like, maybe they go Michkov.
Oh,
But I didn't have the balls to say it.
Lesnar.
The thing is, when Michkov falls like that, somebody's going to go for it, right?
Washington just flipped their table.
Yeah, I was just going to say they pissed off at division rival for sure.
You're looking right behind you in the rear of your mirror. You're seeing the Washington Capitals, who many people thought would be a destination for Michkov. They jump the queue a little bit here, and they go and get Michkov.
Why didn't they just trade up one spot? Well, Philly obviously wanted him, right?
Yeah, Philly might have wanted him.
And is it going to be worth the risk? I think about him getting boots on the ground here. You talked about it in the pregame
They
show.
haven't had anybody with that much firepower, ever, I don't think. Like, Drew won a scoring championship, but he's not Michkov.
That you're happy with what you see. I will say this, with what I saw in 2021 at the under-18s, where he scored 12 goals and won the MVP, that was a pretty good sales pitch for me, but we're a couple of years removed from that. There, no doubt, is some risk with this pick. Well, for me, guys,
Michkov is elusive. He plays quick and fast. He's a threat off the rush, has a great stick, and makes plays in a phone booth. He's a potential difference maker offensively. Although he's not tall in stature, he's sturdy and rarely gets pushed off the play. There were times that it was used in all situations, but he leans as a top-line scoring forward who will create top power play unit in the NHL.
Does Washington take Leonard now? I mean, Leonard had, 50 goals in 57 games, 51 goals in 57 games.
In terms of talent,
Yeah, he's a really big goal scorer.
I mean, it's not a bad pick, that's for sure.
But there's no question the Flyers have been moving.
I think they got to pick just like the most skilled player available, whether it's Leonard, whether it's.
But you take Leonard, and who better to like mold him after than OV, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a power forward there, that's for sure. I don't know. Maybe they go D. There's only really one of the top tier D left. Maybe two.
Washington was my hardest decision in the top 10. But yeah, I don't know.
I said that they'd go Dvorsky, so I'm gonna start.
That's what I picked for them too.
What did you copy my list? Come on, bro.
Pretty close.
Hey,
So
you think we'd be
it's
right
got to
if we
be.
were that
I mean,
close.
if it's D, it's Pelika, and if it's forward, it's got to be Leonard. Like those seem the most obvious.
Yeah, if it's a D, like Pelika is the next D off the board. He has to be.
Or Willander. I don't know. Like, there's so many variables here. Like, I've seen Zach Benson go this high in mocks. I've seen Cal Ritchie go this high in mocks. I've seen Danielson go this high in mocks.
Yeah, Benson is a definite option here as well. I think he's criminally underrated, it sounds like.
If you want another Nuge, like, there's Colby Barlow, right? Like, there's a lot of players I've seen still in this area.
Lots of good players out there still. But now we're getting to the point where there's a little subjectivity as to who you think is going to be the best one for your team. So, like, anything can happen.
Or what intangibles you're looking for, right? I think if Dvorsky's got the leadership and shot and Benson's the...
Well, other than the draft order so far,
IQ.
none of these guys are a huge surprise. Well, Semishov, I guess.
Yeah, Semishov was a big reach, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Fantilli not going second is a big surprise for me.
Yeah, at least they didn't reach super far to take Carlson, but yeah, it was a little surprising to see him not go Fantilli. What is Washington?
A lot of different dynamic players out there, right? Like, I think there's still a sniper there. You know, in a guy like Dvorsky, there's still a quiet, hockey IQ guy like Barlow. Pelika, if you want a two-way defenseman. Willander, if you want a more offensive defenseman.
Yeah, I'm feeling like they're going to go with a forward. I'll go with Dvorsky.
I think they go with Leonard. I'm going with Leonard.
Leonard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a chance to get a proven goal scorer out of a good program, and he'll come in, learn from one of the best goal scorers.
I've seen Yager and Moose Jaw this high. I've seen Wood this high. Like, who knows what people see at this point?
Yeah.
I know. I've seen it. I've had a vision. We might as well just shut the stream down.
If you're right, just drop your mic and end it.
Drop it.
All right. The pick is in. Let's have a listen.
All right.
For
means they're still going to get a heck of a player here. There's absolutely no doubt. I'm anticipating some grit and scoring potentially coming off the board here, and
Grit and scoring
they
coming
should be
off the
dancing
board.
a jig when they get up to the stage here because they're going to get
Very
a
specific.
really, really good player.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting
I
how the
think
board
that
shakes
sounds
down.
like
When
Leonard
you see
to
a
me.
surprise like Simishev, it shakes the board up a little bit, and I think that's where we are with Washington. Probably sitting there saying, I didn't think this guy was going to be available. Well, here we are with the 8th pick. We see the commissioners ready to go as well as Brian McLennan and the Washington Capitals with pick 8.
The Washington Capitals would like to acknowledge David Poyle's longtime contribution to our organization and congratulate him on an outstanding career. With the 8th pick, Washington selects Ryan Leonard from the U.S. Development Program.
Wow.
He bears a prophet.
Yeah.
So, Jason, you had mentioned Ryan Leonard.
As soon as they said, I think there's some grit coming off, he obviously knew who was coming.
Carl Olsner back in 2007, because they've been so good, they haven't been in this position for a long time. You said they were going to get someone talented, maybe someone with some grit.
Stranger got it.
I got a scout
I got it.
on this guy. I'm not going to deny it. Listen, you win with this type of player when the games get hard, fellas. He played on an elite line there. That whole line's going to
Got a family full of sisters that are all crying.
He's a 1 year and out guy for the NHL. He is put together, Sammy, at the combine. I mean, he's 190 pounds. He is an absolute
Yeah, he's got a square jaw,
Listen,
too.
he drives that line.
Looks
more
like
than
a
people
Kachuk.
recognize. Will Smith, Perot, you see the point production, but without this guy tracking back 200 feet.
Should we field tough calls question here?
Yeah.
What is Washington right now? Are they beyond taking one more shot at anything? Or are they starting fresh? I think they're thinking retool more than anything. Like,
I think
they want to
keep
stay
retooling
competitive
until Obi's gone.
Yeah,
Well, what
stay
a great
competitive
pick
till Obi's
to
gone.
retool, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, there's still rumors about guys like Kuznetsov being moved.
Josh, dial in. I'll add you.
Yeah. Get on here, Josh.
Stop texting and start linking.
And crickets as we wait for him.
Who do we got next?
St. Louis.
Detroit.
No, Detroit. That's who it is.
Yeah.
They could do anything.
Yeah, Yzerman's just taking. Yzerman does what Yzerman wants.
Yeah,
he's got the Yzer plan.
Yep. Always reaching.
You know what this like these U.S. players like? It reminds me of what year was it? 2018 when you had some of the
Jack
really
Hughes
good,
and the gang.
Yeah, like Farabee, and
Zegras.
I mean, some of those guys just had a wicked shot, and they were going into the draft, and you just didn't know where they were going to go, right? If you listen to them talk about Leonard and
some of these highlights are filthy.
Yeah.
Holy hell, he's shifty.
Ooh.
Oof. No look.
I don't get anything. I can't see. I got no.
It's got the
TV
birds
here.
and nature and potentially a crashed airplane capsule behind you.
Yeah.
Are you on the set of Lost right now?
That's an Airstream behind me. And
fitting for Woodstock, New York.
You guys know what those are worth? A
No.
30-foot Airstream starts at $200,000 US.
Jeez, I wish I was making heavy hockey money.
I know. You guys see, this is what happens. This is why I can podcast remote, because of the network. It's all because of the network.
$250,000. Where's the PJ? Is it parked in behind? You just can't see it.
This is not my Airstream. When the guy comes out and starts yelling at me,
he's just like Joey standing in front of the Ferrari on Friends.
What the fuck are you doing in front of my Airstream?
Hey, let me just podcast in front of this guy. They're banging on the window. Shut up out there.
I was in about an hour ago. I was in the same building that Bob Dylan lived in when he wrote Mr. Tambourine Man. This is such a cool area.
It is a really cool area.
Yeah, you've been out here, Dash. Lots of
Yeah,
times.
I was just.
I don't know lots of times, but maybe you've been out here.
No, just once. Yeah, just a few months ago.
Just once. Yeah.
Just when we did the Boston Buffalo tour, you and I.
Yeah. Great area. Great little area.
Yeah,
Woodstock's beautiful. It's nice. Yeah.
I can see why 200,000 people roamed to the festival back in the 60s. Or whatever the folklore
bought
is.
this for the home. I don't drink, as you know, but it's a local Arrowwood Farm Distillery, a local
nice
county gin that they have.
Nice.
Something.
Right on.
Serve it up to the next group of Oilers fans that come to your house for a watch party.
That is correct. Which we will have more. This will be
bought in Woodstock, so it's infused with either CBD or
something.
Mushroom microdosing.
It is legit a hippie town.
For real, dude. Yeah, no, for sure. My brother-in-law's place, the house across from it's painted a hot pink. I was like, man, is this Brett the Hitman's Heart's summer home?
What was the look on Carlson's face when he was drafted second?
I'm a sexy bitch.
Yeah. He might have known, right? He might have had a good inkling that he was going.
All right, Yzerman's in.
He's up.
Congratulate David Poyle, fantastic general manager, fantastic person, and a great friend on a tremendous career. Also, I'd like to congratulate the Vegas Golden Knights on a Stanley Cup championship. With the ninth pick in the draft, the Red Wings select from the Brandon Wheat Kings center Nate Danielson.
Nate Danielson.
Shit, I had him at 10.
You didn't make my top 10.
Damn. That means I only got 2 out of 10 right.
Hugs all around for Nate Danielson, Brandon Wheat Kings. In fact, the captain of the Wheat Kings. Grew up an Oilers fan. I have a feeling he's a
Brandon Wheat Kings captain. 33 goals, 45 assists.
What's that? They said he grew up an Oilers fan.
Yeah, I like this kid already.
He's just so cerebral. Like, he's the type of guy that if you're looking for a retaliation penalty, it's not likely to happen. He's just going to come back and do something else to impact the game in a different way. Grew up in Red Deer, watching Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, watching Brandon Sutter take face-offs.
Nice.
When I think about Danielson, I think about
Where's this kid in some of the rankings? Like, this feels like a stretch again.
No, he was consensus. 9 to 15 for sure. I had him at 10.
I think mid-teens and lower for a lot of guys.
Page I'm looking at is like a consensus ranking of a lot of experts. He's at 16 on this list.
He can work on the PK and he can still match up.
Central Scouting had him with North American skaters at number 7. So that's in mid-teens for sure.
Multiple times. See them on the road, see them at home, because you get different matchups, especially when you're high.
Not a crazy stretch, but a little bit of one, I feel.
You see it from Danielson.
Rangy right shot forward who's used in all situations at the major junior level. Best work comes at even strength and on the power play. On the power play is crafty, making plays from the half wall and middle bumper position. On occasion he'll slide to the net front looking for tips and rebounds. Really good hand-eye coordination, can make plays in tight quarters, has shown ability to absorb contact and extend plays, sneaky physically and not shy about finishing his checks as the F1 on the forecheck. Skating stride is deceptive. There are times in the game he doesn't look like he's pushing himself, but he arrives on time. Sounds like Draisaitl. Defensive detail range, element is offense, captain in Brandon.
He played in Brandon, so he'll play anywhere. Detroit will seem like Hollywood to him.
This kid's another center. Like, what does Detroit have up the middle these days? They got Larkin up top. Doing some Googling as we were talking here.
Is Kep a center or Kopp?
Oh, I think he's wing.
He's a winger,
right? Kopp, Andrew Kopp's center.
Is he?
Is he center?
Yeah, Robbie.
Cap apparently has them all over the place.
Fabry on center. DFO's got a good. Let's see how the DFO. They've got the lines.
Oh, yeah, no, they've got a bunch of wingers. Nobody special at center aside from Larkin.
So that makes sense then.
Yeah, it's Marco Casper, 19-year-old kid. Well, I can't remember what year he was picked in, but that was another high pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they just went with their best
They're
guy.
showing him with his Oilers jersey on when he was a kid.
Nice. Yeah, see, my stream is delayed, so I'm seeing that now.
So we got the Blues up next. I think, guys, I'm going to stay online until the Sabres, and then hopefully I don't get rained on before then.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I'll probably have to bounce pretty soon around then too.
Yeah. But had to keep the tradition of doing a heavy hockey draft, really sort of a round table.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome for hosting. No problem at all.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hard to get good help.
Well, you chose me, it must be. Well, you got to think.
What do we got now?
Soon, maybe. Barlow soon. Maybe they go D. Maybe they go with another D.
They could go another D.
Let's go. St. Louis Blues. Yeah.
They have 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first of 3.
Danielson's comparable is Nico Hischier and Philip Deneau.
So they're good down the middle. But they've got 2 young guys, right? They've got Kyrou and Thomas down the middle, St. Louis. So defense, they're aging a little bit.
Definitely aging, but all locked in long term. Well, the top 4 anyway.
Which means they're going to need some youth to at a rate. Maybe here's where we see Pellenin.
Yeah, the other D that's left.
Yeah.
Well, they just traded for Kevin Hayes too. Another center.
Pellica. Sorry, Pellenin. Pellica. I've got the Oilers on the brain. Niemanen and
Pellica's comparables are Damon Severson, Jay Bouwmeester, Alec Pietrangelo.
So let's see. So I had Leonard right. I'm going to go Pellica. St. Louis Blues. Take Pellica.
Who did I pick for them? I had Barlow here. I mean, my list hasn't been very accurate.
Right? Like the hard part is like as soon as somebody changes order, then the rest of your draft order is messed, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I had Danielson here, so I'm certainly not getting that right.
We're pleased to select Dalibor Dvorsky, AIK, Sweden.
All right.
So there it is.
A bit of a slow-paced, but overall reliable two-way winger that excels when play slows down. Dvorsky struggles to control pace of play, not one for blazing by opposing defensemen, but excellent puck skills let him fight his way up the ice. He's a heads-up passer and great off-puck mover, helping him always be involved. Great on the D side of things too, although I'd like to see more confidence. Sean Monahan or Kirby Doc comparable. This one's off of Recruit Scouting, and I just have this one up because it has comparables.
Yeah. So Button had him in the top 10.
I've been bouncing around on the explanations. One of them was from TSN, another one was from The Athletic. This one's from, if we're giving credit.
Yeah.
And not plagiarizing.
Never hurts.
That's my personal scouting. I've got a book on all these guys.
So next up are the Canucks.
How are they going to screw this up?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I thought it seemed I saw a lot of mock drafts going with the defenseman here for the Canucks, the Swedish guy whose name we keep mixing up.
Pelika.
Pelika,
whatever it is.
Yeah,
Pelika
or Pelika.
Pelican.
Transition quarterback.
Like, Vancouver's defense is in a world of hurt. Let's be real.
I know Jeff was really hoping for Zach Benson to slide. He's got his way so far.
Yeah, he has. When does Buffalo pick?
13th or 14th?
13.
Okay,
they
so
pick 13th. 13th. Yeah, that's why I figure I'll just stick around until we hear what. I've got a soft spot for the Sabres.
Yeah, me too.
That's pre
Poor little guys.
Pre-aid. I feel like if anybody understands the Sabres fans, it's got to be Oilers fans. Right?
They understand the plight that
you mean if anybody understands Oilers fans, it's Sabres fans?
Yeah,
or did
could
you
be
mean
the
other
other
way
way
around?
Yeah.
During our decade of darkness.
Yeah, we get each other. And not destination cities trying to do their best to wrap something around. The challenge that the Sabres have is not only are they not a destination city, but they don't have the same type of ownership, they don't have the same fan base, and they don't have the same arena.
Yeah.
Like KeyBank is, you've been there. I've been there a few times. I mean, it feels like the old Rexall, old Coliseum, same seats.
Yeah. Words what it was like hearing your name called by St. Louis.
I mean, it's tough to say. It was unbelievable. I've been working hard for this moment, but the work starts now. So
there's only one thing to say. Like exciting, tough to say.
So much
How are you feeling?
Tough
to say.
From you, but
tough to say. I don't really want to play in St. Louis.
Does he have a dad in the NHL or something? Who's his dad that they keep showing?
Everyone who helped me to get to this moment, I would like to thank them.
Well, congratulations and have fun tonight. David?
All right, we are awaiting the Vancouver Canucks with the 11th pick. Their GM, Patrick Alvin. So many options, so many decisions. Where are you leaning right now, Sam?
It's interesting to see what's happened here in Vancouver. You think about the coaching change, some players like Bo Horvat leaving and trying to get going here on the fly. So Jim Rutherford, Patrick Alvin tasked with doing some difficult things here. Go back to 2019, Vasily Podkolzin, the guy
what kind of player does Pocket want, though?
10th, here they get an opportunity to pick number 11.
Not Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
But now is when
you might want one of these pretty American wingers.
We knew it was going to be.
Well, that's why I asked the question. I mean, he's
I think we're going to start to see that.
Lotzie, there's a 4-way tie for the lead in Aid's pool, and you and I are in it.
No.
Yeah. 2 out of 10 was the winning number, and we got number 1 and number 5.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to divvy that one up.
They think they can grab on the trade back scenario.
Take the guy's money.
You're losing $20, you only lose 18.
The expectations from the fan base are we want
6 guys in it, and 4 of them win.
How much of a rake did the house take on that one?
We all just break even because Aid took a $20 rake.
That's what Patrick Alvin's trying to do. They've obviously made some trades to stay competitive.
Well,
but he kept
I'm happy I saved my $20. It sounds like.
So you're trying to make sure you have enough good assets in the system. And
you know what I'm really disappointed in right now? There hasn't been a bloody trade on the draft floor yet. I want chaos.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good pick for him.
There's still a lot of guys though, like that the team would have expected to get. Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't trade out of the top 15.
It's such a deep draft. Like it's like
That's
a lot
just
of
it.
a lot of good players. So like it's hard to trade back.
Badge select from Rögle, Swedish Junior League, Tom Willander.
Willander. See, I told you guys he'd go close to the 10.
Oh, interesting.
Wow, told you. Told you.
Wow. Willander.
This has to be an incredibly exciting moment for Tom Willander.
So
I honestly thought he might go to Detroit. Detroit loves Swedish defensemen, man. Like,
he'll be putting on that same Canucks sweater.
There's got to be some word on Pelika that he's not going.
Your thoughts on the pick, Sam?
Sometimes
the only guy that likes Swedish defense, the only franchise that likes Swedish defensemen more than Detroit is Vancouver, isn't it?
What's your scouting report there, sir, about Pelika?
About who? Sorry.
About Pelika. Like there's a reason he's falling. He's got.
I just said that his comparable was Montour.
Yeah.
Or Peter Angelo or. I don't know who Willander's comps are. Let me go look.
McKenzie had Willander at 20th. Button had him. Where did he have him?
This list I'm
For
looking
as
at
much
has
as Button
it
gets
as
under
well.
my skin half the time, he understands this stuff.
I like Button.
You like Button?
Mm-hmm.
I like his ratings. Like he puts a lot of work into it. He just gets under my skin. That's all.
He gets under my skin too.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't deny. Like he puts in the effort and the work, and he understands. Like he's actually one of the few guys I trust when it comes to prospects because he, like, he's not just a talking head. Like he puts in a lot of work. He watches these guys. He's like, this is his main. This is when he shines.
This is his shtick.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely when he's best. Like, I don't agree with a lot of what he says about NHL commentary.
That's just it, right? There's not like, when it comes to what's going on from the NHL perspective. I got locked out. I'm locked out of the Airstream. Maybe it's not my Airstream. I got it. Oh, no.
Phoenix up again. Welcome back to Dursa's dog.
Hello.
Hi. All right. Oh, who's that guy? What happened? I leave for 2 seconds and the whole place goes to shit. What happened?
It's like that time Dursa said he'd be right back. This time he came back.
I'm glad this time we took him off the air before. Oh, man.
I canceled myself that night.
Yeah. So that was probably one of the worst. We ended up talking to your kid afterwards.
Yeah, Max just shows up around here.
It's not like we were live.
Going on here?
What was that? That was that a draft or that was a trade night, wasn't it? We had a round table. We had all of us were on again.
Yeah, I was on that show too.
Yeah. All right, where are we at? What's who's up? What are we waiting on? We got Arizona on the clock.
Yeah, zone is up.
Waiting for them to hit the stage in their crimson red to go tell all the 5 fans of Arizona to go Yotes.
Yeah. We got who do we got that's big names that are still on the board right now? We've got Zach Benson still on there.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to go D again here. They can't. Oliver Moore is another one that hasn't really come up yet. Center. He's small, but
Yeah,
Gabe
Colby
Perreault.
Barlow, I think, is still floating
Barlow.
there.
Yep.
Jagger from Moose Jaw.
Perreault.
Zach-
I bet
Zach
you
Benson.
Perreault. I'm gonna
Cal
go with-
Ritchie.
I'm going with Gabe Perreault.
Oliver Moore, maybe? Or did you just say that, Ryan?
Yeah, I said he's a name that's available.
The maroon suit gang hits the stage.
Yeah. They're going off the board again. They're going Gabe Perreault.
All right. Durst's pick is Mike Sullivan. Let's see what's going on.
Lots of really good options still available. We talk about the depth of this draft. I'd love to be in a position where I'm picking 6 and 12 of the 8 teams with multi-picks, the 2 highest here, beginning at 6 and now here at 12.
All right, well, the Arizona
You're going to say Colby Barlow.
Again, this pick was picked up from the Jacob
Maybe Zach
Shipwright
Benson.
trade from Ottawa Senators. Let's hear from Bill Armstrong and Nick Heidel.
Who's hugging? Who's there? Who'd they pick?
From Yaroslavl, Daniel Boot.
Boot. They are going off the board.
Wow.
Sheepers. Das Boot.
Das Boot got picked, yes.
Das Boot.
We have a 28 on the list I'm looking at. 28.
It's not on Sportsman's list. Hey, just like every other year, Arizona knows more than the rest of us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Barrett Hayton. Thinking back to that draft, what was he, 5th overall? And...
Would be available a little later in the draft, maybe a trade
yeah,
back scenario.
Kyle
But
Turris.
then again, when you think about a trade back, this is a team
That one wasn't a reach. That was just
The Oilers were taking him, apparently.
How many draft picks can you possibly have before you start to put live bodies into uniforms? And so this situation,
He scored 15 goals. He was 5th on his team.
with what they have in terms of scouting in Russia. And
Hey, he's got a great French last name.
at some point. I wonder if
Ooh.
these situations
2 points in 15 games in the KHL, though.
sort of confusing in terms
Yeah,
of where
and
they
you
play
know,
after
I don't
this
know
year.
what they're saying on air, but maybe you take that as a guy that's going to be ready to play.
I'm not sure what they're taking that as.
There's
2
a decent
points in 15 KHL games.
decent frame on that boy.
Yeah, he's got wide shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah, tall.
Geez, when you said that, all I had were visions of Deliverance. I was waiting to hear some of the banjo music in the background.
Oh,
A decent
boy.
frame on that there,
Just
boy.
like when Kim is watching 97 Octane and tells Durst that he's got a purty mouth.
Yeah, I'm getting
Yeah.
chirped for having 2 pink lips with 4K cameras.
What shade of
Quaddy
lipstick
or
are you wearing tonight,
K-Waddy
Durst?
says, if you're going to go that far off the board, why not trade down? Yotes F it up again. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you
Yotes.
know what? Solid.
I don't think the
statement
Yotes
there.
effed it up. I think they Yotes it up. It's just like
Yeah.
the new verb.
Oh, man.
And they did this at 6 too. Like they reached with both picks.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
feels
like,
like when
that's the guy
Boston
that
had all
could've-
those picks and then they bombed on all of them except for Kiprios.
Do they
It easily
really,
was down to the second round, right?
do they really need more picks though?
Yeah.
Just to give away to somebody else in the future? Like,
Well, trade down at least. Like they're at 38 in the second round.
yeah.
Like nobody.
But
had
who did
this
they
guy.
pick?
Nobody had
did
this
Arizona
guy up that
pick?
high.
But who did they pick?
Yeah.
But
Daniel Boot.
but who?
They're
Boot.
that they're
Who's on
basically
first?
they're basically a feeder program for other NHL teams. So you can
Oh.
draft some players for us and get them ready.
He'll be the next version of Don Cherry calling him Patty Roy. Hey,
Daniel Butt.
here's Daniel Butt.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big kid, 6'5".
Well, I don't know. I think Ade's having his own little hosting a party at West Edmonton Mall. If they don't take his guy here, he might flip tables.
Yeah.
Who
he
did-
wants
who did-
Benson,
How many
right?
games did Butt play or Boot play in the KHL?
15.
15.
2 goals in 15 games. Or 2 points in 15 games.
Yakupov like numbers. Excellent.
Perfect.
Who did
wasn't first overall?
Who did Jeff have Buffalo taken?
Zach Benson.
He wants them to take Benson.
All right. Once we find out this one, I'm calling it a night.
Sounds good. We can wrap it up. You can have the last word, Hebert, on your own show for the first time ever.
Wow. Hey. That's the reason I don't give.
And I said so, and you know why? You know why? Because
You're the host.
I'm the associate host, and it says so right there in my square. So,
what does my square say? I can't see it.
Just something about you being a big deal. Just ask
the
you.
Real deal.
Evander
Michael Holyfield.
Yeah.
Real deal. That's an Airstream back there. Did I tell you how much that's worth? Not mine.
I mean, pennies compared to the private jet you've got parked in behind it.
That's right. Oh, man. That picture of Lauren and McDavid, until somebody said it, now it screws me up every time I look at it. I can't tell whose legs are whose.
It didn't trip me up the first time I saw it, and then...
Oh, no, really?
Like, it only tripped me up once I read the tweet, and I was like, oh, I can see how they might be confused.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. I never saw it the first time, but then after I read the tweet or saw somebody post that, I was like, that was messed up.
That was
Can't look at it the same anymore. All right, everybody's got Zach Benson for the Sabres.
They got their crew marching up. Let's have a listen.
All right, let's have a listen.
Oh, Elliot Friedman with his just got out of bed hair. What's with sideburns these days? Like,
if you look at that picture again, it's hard to tell if Lauren has two legs too. That'll trip you up too.
It's like a mermaid in that dress.
Yeah.
We're just excited to get him. Our second one is Daniel.
I was in line at Home Depot once, and Ryan Smith was right behind me buying a barbecue in the middle of the summer. I recognized that he was probably going to need help putting it in his truck, so I turned around after I paid, and I said, hey, you going to need a hand loading that up? And he goes, man, you just read my mind. I was just about to ask you. So me and my friend Ben helped Ryan Smith load his barbecue up into the back of his truck, and I had noticed at that point in time that Ryan Smith has the size of legs of a stickman. Yes!
There we go.
Zach Benson. There we go. All right.
Jeff is ripping laps around a restaurant, pumping his arm right now.
What a fantastic moment for Zach Benson of the WHL, the Winnipeg Ice. His parents, Darcy and Jonathan, smiles all around. And again,
there it is. All right, I'm going to mute the TV. For those of you watching live, for those of you who are regulars on the Oilers Live podcast, I, as the host, will now say thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thanks for watching. Make sure you go to heavyhockey.com and go around the table for some last words, and I'll leave the last one for Michael Hebert, the guy that we planned this around, made sure that he was here for, and definitely did not ship before he came on. Ryan, final thoughts?
Yeah, it's pretty uneventful, underwhelming draft, honestly. I'm hoping that there's some trades in the back half of the draft. Let's see what the Blues do with their next two picks. There's rumors that they're looking at moving at least one of those for a player. So we'll see what they do. But, yeah, Oilers don't pick. As an unbiased fan, I just want some chaos tonight. So we'll see what happens.
You think the Oilers are going to use their pick or trade it?
I could honestly see them trading back, like picking up two picks for the price of one kind of deal.
Me too. Dursa, final thoughts?
I hope some stuff happens before we go to the podium for sure. I think, now's as good a time as any to talk to other GMs about making some moves here, freeing up some cap space and trying to improve this club for next year. We have to find a way to get better than we were last year because we didn't get it done last year. So some tinkering needs to happen. So let's see what Ken Holland can do in the next 24 hours.
Does he use the pick or does he trade it?
I like that idea of trading down to try to get some extra picks, and maybe with some extra picks, do some wheeling and dealing. That's what he needs to do. Status quo isn't good enough.
Yep, that's right. I'd like to see the picks be next year's, honestly, and take them right into this year's trade deadline as trade equity. Final question for Ryan and Durs. Yes or no only, please. Is Kyler Yamamoto a Oiler tomorrow?
Yes.
By the end of tomorrow? Dursa?
No.
All right. One thinks there's a buyout. One thinks there's a trade. And with that, we'll leave it to our fearless leader for the last word for the first time ever on his own show. Take it away, boss.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for doing this. I love to keep the tradition alive of doing a draft day live podcast. Always fun. And the group gets better and better every year as we do these things. Thank you to Dash for hosting tonight and last night, Oilers Live. I haven't left the show in anybody's hands in a long time, and so that's always good. This watching and seeing the comments there about Arizona just kind of pisses me off even more about where this league's going. Like that we're seeing this team, like it's a mockery of what the game that we love and the league that we love. They're just making some funny decisions over the last couple of years, and this is this just sort of solidifies it. But look, there's a lot of great players. It's good to see a draft year like this where there's that tells you that the game itself is at least healthy when you got guys like Bedard still coming up the ropes and guys like Leonard that can score and some of the defensemen and the fact that like Michkov, who was once thought of as being a top possibly fighting for top rung, it falls down at some point during the draft. I mean, these things are all good elements that really show that the game itself is still healthy and has lots of room to grow. I just wish the NHL would get its shit together and do something about Arizona. There's a lot of good cities that could use a team. I've been talking about Quebec City, who I've witnessed cheer hard for a junior team and have a great arena. So lots of stuff there that's good to go. Good to see Buffalo get the pick that Aid wanted. I love that. Zach Benson, obviously a good Western boy, right? So lots of good things. Anyway, you know what, guys? Thanks so much. Thanks to Heavy Hockey. As I've said a few times, we do have some exciting things happening this upcoming year. I hope to make an announcement over the next week on something new, so tune in. And Epiphany, thank you so much for the comments. Love the guys. Love all the people that tune in every week. Makes it fun to see the comments and everything like that. So, hey, let's go. We'll see. I think Dursa's got a pod coming up probably right after this one, and then and then I will see everybody on Tuesday. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Good night.
Oilers Live Podcast. Oilers Live.